to have a very good appetite today. I can't believe you ordered 2 set meals, not to mention the dessert.
The smell of food makes me even hungrier, and I can eat a horse now. Besides, the hamburger is my all-time favorite, and I cannot resist chocolate and ice cream either. Honestly speaking, I cannot live without them.
Well, eating is a pleasure to many people. I'm hungry too.
So let's dig in.
Wait, what happened to Mia? She should have arrived half an hour ago.
I don't know, maybe it's the traffic. Oh, well, speaking of the devil, here's Mia now.
Hi Mia, hi Sunny.
Hi.
How come you both come together? I heard that you joined a 30-hour filming camp?
Yes, Sunny went to the 30-hour filming camp yesterday, and I met her on the bus this morning. She told me that she was very impressed with the camp and is more aware of the word family.
Mia told me she would go on a picnic with you. I think I just need to grab something to eat. I'm starving after the campaign. Wow, are you celebrating something? I think the food is enough for 10 people at least.
You see, eating is a vital need.
And it can bring me a lot of pleasure.
So you order so much food simply for eating pleasure?
What if you can't eat it up? That's a huge amount.
Throw it away, of course. It is very hot. If I take the rest of the food home, it will certainly spoil in this kind of weather.
Throw it away?
Are you out of your mind?
Or you want to have a bite?
Iris!
Or to feed your dogs?
For God's sake, that's not a point.
What made you so angry? I always throw the leftovers away. I think it's the best way to deal with them. Don't worry, I will clean up a mess.
Sunny, I think you should give her a lesson about what you've seen in the camp.
You mean the 30-hour filming camp?
What is that actually?
The 30-hour famine campaign is World Vision's annual response to humanitarian emergencies around the world. They include nature and man-made disaster, the effects of climate change, the global food crisis, war and conflicts, and disease.
And since 1990, the 30-hour famine has mobilized people of all ages from schools, churches, and corporate partners to raise awareness and collect donations to help people in immediate.
So, what did you do in the filming camp?
We just do the famine. You mean you just go without food for 30 hours? Why? Yes, every year, hundreds of thousands of students in Taiwan and around the world unite to do the famine. They do the event through the World Vision's 30-hour famine to feed hungry children and families. They learn about hunger, raise help to the hungry, and then go hungry themselves.
Oh, I see. Is famine very serious now?
Yes, I've heard that famine now is a global issue, not just a local one. Every continent in the world has experienced a period of famine throughout history. Many countries continue to have extreme cases of famine, say Afghanistan. War and conflict have raged the country for 3 decades. 1 in 3 people there are hungry, and I've heard that their average lifespan is less than 50 years.
Less than 50 years?
How sad.
It's hard for us to imagine how serious famine is. 925 million people are hungry, and every day, an estimated 7,000 children under age 5 die due to hunger-related causes. That's 1 child every 13 seconds.
Oh, that sounds very miserable. The 30-hour famine campaign showed us a documentary about famine deaths. Numerous hungry children living on the verge of starvation now, and the food crisis continues to expand. They drink dirty water and eat only 1 meal a day. They even eat dung or animal remains.
What? That's gross! I can't believe it! Of course, the food contains fatal bacteria. Besides, parasites breed inside their stomachs and intestines, so their tummies swell up and become bloated. However, their arms and legs are still bones and skin.
Even the newborn babies also have to fight with the severe starvation because their mothers are not healthy and don't have adequate meal to nourish them. After I attended the 30-hour famine, I realized that how blessed I am to live in Taiwan. Although we lead a good life, we still want a better life. However, the people in the poor countries only hope to continue their life.
I thought everyone should have a right to eat, especially when eating can bring so much fun. I seldom meet up with friends without a hearty meal. My birthday is always celebrated with a big cake, or when upset or stressed, chocolate was a miracle to liven up my mood. I can't believe so many people go to bed with an empty stomach every night. The global hunger will affect every person someday. That's why we hope you can quit the wasteful habit and try to think twice before you order food. Okay, I'll try my best to quit wasteful habits someday, but I still have some questions. What causes the global hunger? Does the rapidly growing population in the world lead to insufficient food supply?
In fact, the food is not insufficient, but uneven distribution. Though our population is widely believed to be the main reason for world hunger. However, it is the imbalanced food distribution that worsens the condition.
But why?
The poor countries sell food to the rich countries as seeds and energy, and the extreme climate change leads to crop failure, so the livestock don't have enough food. And the fossil fuel has almost run out, so the developed countries have to find the alternative energy.
So most food supplies are taken by the rich countries, and that makes food shortage even worse in the poor countries.
Yes, especially the women and the poor people in the poor countries suffer most because of their economically disadvantaged background. They can't get sufficient food.
Moreover, food shortages have been around in poorer countries for a long time. Thus, during the last few months, the news media has reported on food shortage in several countries. These shortages are now creating disturbance as people begin to fight for food because of the rising prices of food.
Really? That's terrible.
Yes, the people in Haiti began to protest against the higher cost of food in the city, and that turned to violence.
Oh my goodness! I am very lucky because I live in Taiwan. I don't have to go through this experience, and I will certainly bear your words in my mind so that I won't waste any food.
Good for you!
And you talk about the extreme climate change. What's that?
Oh, I saw the news on the website the other day, and it reported that the climate change will cause the heat wave, storms, cyclones, typhoons, flash floods, and droughts. And dramatic climate change comes with shortage of food supplies, especially when it occurs very often. Among them, droughts and flash floods will cause hunger and famine to become the most serious, right?
Yes, there are many places that experience flooding and drought for periods of time, and the consequences reflect in many aspects, such as economy, social, and environment. And that will also cause food shortage.
Wow, how terrible!
Even during monsoon season, areas that depend on the seasonal rains will often experience drought if the monsoon rains fail. Once crops fail, hunger can become a major problem.
And by the way, because drought undermines or destroys food sources, people go hungry. When a drought is severe and continues over a long period, famine may occur. Likewise, severe flooding caused by climate change is greatly threatening agriculture and crop yield, which increasingly put food security at risk. These impacts from climate cause losses in the timber, agricultural, and fishery communities, and many of these losses are then passed on to consumers in the form of higher commodity pricing.
And then, the poor will have no money to buy the food, right?
Yes, due to high commodity pricing, they certainly have no money to buy food.
In this case, poverty is one of the main reasons for global hunger.
Yeah, one of the main reasons of global hunger is poverty itself. In this world, the poorer you are, the less resources you own, and you are more likely to go hungry. The causes of poverty include poor people's lack of resources and an extremely unequal income distribution in the world.
So the poor lack the money to buy enough food, and they become weaker and often sick. This makes them increasingly less able to work, which makes them even poorer and hungry. I got it. As per your explanation, I feel very content with my life now. Oh, Sunny, you joined the 30-hour famine campaign, didn't you?
Yeah, I joined the 30-hour famine campaign. There was some documentary there, and what we saw in the documentary showed that they were drinking sewage, and even the newborn baby fought with the death. Even their mothers couldn't save themselves.
Didn't they have any choice on food? Come on, no kidding.
It is true. They ate only one meal a day, and the food they ate was dung or animal remains. And the food they contained bacteria that caused their abdomen to breed roundworms. But they didn't have money to see a doctor.
We want a better life, but they only hope to make their life go on.
Yeah, since I attended the 30-hour famine campaign, I have realized how blessed I am. People may think, why we need to spend money for hunger, but only when we really experience this campaign will we know how the situation of the victims of anger and the hopeless.
During the campaign, how's your feeling?
I'm grateful that I went hungry in a very comfortable environment. However, those people in the third world countries were living in an unsafe environment and hit by the natural disaster.
Oh, I really feel sorry to hear that. Is Taiwan the only country that initiates this kind of campaign? No, not only Taiwan, but many other countries are concerned about the famine issue, such as Canada, America, New Zealand, and Australia. And Canada was the first to hold this campaign. So many countries are devoted themselves to caring people in hunger, and so does Taiwan. That's very impressive. Maybe I'll join this campaign with you next time, Sunny.
Oh, I'm so happy you want to go with me.
Now that you have such a great mind, of course Mia and I will go with you too.
Yes, it's time for us to do something meaningful. Besides joining this campaign, what kinds of solutions we can adopt?
In fact, there are several methods that we can solve the famine and that we can help the poor people by ourselves.
Like what? Can we? We're just students.
Of course we can. First, we cannot waste food, and we must think about those starving people.
I really feel sorry to hear that, and I will get rid of my bad habits. I will eat moderate amount of meal instead of wasting them. And after we form this good habit and apply it in everyday life, we should convey this notion to our family, friends, and people around us.
Also, we can save additional money donating to the poor. Even just a little amount, we still can heat up Earth becomes a mountain.
Alright, as a student, we can do so much to help the poor. Even though we don't have enough money to fight against for the global hunger once and for all, we can spread our love around the world, right?
Yeah, let's show our passion to make the world better than before. Just like our teachers always teach us, to give is better than to receive.
Although we are students with limited power, we can still show our concern and love to the poor in our ways. It's never too late to do charity.
Do it now and embrace the love.
Famine no more!